All right, so let's jump to the next thing. Let's talk about the demo.
All
Um,
right.
who,
What y'all been
obviously,
waiting for?
I know y'all been, people have been playing the demo. Overall, I am going to give some gameplay impressions from what I took from it because I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest with y'all. I've been so busy today and yesterday. I haven't even got a chance to play the demo yet.
All right.
So,
Well, tweet the link out so that people who want to know this information can come get it. So if you guys have any questions in the chat about builds or dribbling or something like that, ask it now. I've taken a really deep dive into the demo and particularly the wing archetypes, the guards and the forwards. So I would say I think a lot of the hot takes on the game are wrong. I think most people are looking to play 2K19 right now. They're
mhm.
not trying to play 2K20. And I've already figured out almost every single 2K19 dribble combo that I would use
Mhm.
and how to do it in 2K20. And despite knowing those things, when actually most people haven't figured out how to do those things yet, um, I still think that the dimensions of the game are going to be very different. And the main reasons are they did severely nerf the wings, right? Guards got buffed, certain center builds got buffed, but the wings have gotten a nerf because the speed and the shooting on the wings are very drastic when you go from 6'7" to 6'8". So the 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" players, which were particularly popular with lockdowns,
Mhm.
we probably won't see those players, which that's one thing that changes the dimensions of the court. Another thing that changes the dimensions of the court is every guard build is basically going to be able to, every shooting based guard build is going to be able to put Hall of Fame limitless range on. So that's going to change the dimensions of the court a little bit. And then you have off ball movement. That's going to drastically change the dimensions of the court because you can legitimately off ball, left, right, shake people now, which
Right.
is an entirely new offensive move set, which means that certain players, like say if you have a post player, when you pass it to the post player, everybody off ball gets more dangerous. And now
Mhm.
you're going to have to choose whether to dedicate resources to the post player or to the off ball help to a guard that probably has Hall of Fame catch and shoot, Hall of Fame limitless range. So this inherently means the nature of the game is going to be very different because last year the game was basically, you know, stretches, playmakers, play shot, play sharps, and lockdowns. Those three builds dominated the game above everything else. There wasn't a whole lot of, even though post players were very strong, the problem is post players were getting 2 points, and on defense they were when a stretch, a two-way stretch could get you basically 7 for 7 from the corner and guard every position on the floor because of the
Yeah.
way the defense was set up. Which leads me to the last thing is the defense. If you're a big, chances are you're not going to be able to guard a guard this year.
At all.
Right. So and let me tell you guys, like for those of you struggling with the dribbling system, like I said, I've pretty much figured it out already in terms of the 2K19 version of it. And there's no way a center moving at the speed that they're moving this year. I highly doubt that they'll figure out anything to stop guards. You just the combination of the centers being slowed down, the guards being just as good at dribblers as they were last year, if not better, and the fact that the contest, you have to be a little closer to contest this year. So all of the little step backs and then fadeaways and stuff like that, they're more powerful this year than they were last year for a lot of the builds. So when bigs sag off, you can kind of kill them immediately. Whereas last year, bigs could wait at the free throw line. And when you started your shot animation, they would
Immediately
zoom and
contest.
magnetize back up to you, even though they were completely out of the play. And their contest would be a heavy contest, even if they didn't make it all the way up to you. That's not going to happen this year. So we have to play the main game, obviously, to see how it all comes together. But for the people who are complaining about this game or loving this game based on 2K19 habits, I would just say really take a deep dive into everything and try to learn all of the new stuff in the game. The dribbling, the off ball, the defense, which has an entirely new learning curve, the left stick stuff, the new badges, like the first step that everybody's making a really big deal out of it. It is a big deal, But keep in mind that that means that you don't need dribbling to get past somebody. So you got to test out your archetype and see at what point does this, first step badge stop mattering? At what point is my guy too slow? At what point is he just fast enough? That might be the solution for some of these builds that can't, quote unquote, speed boost.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that speed advantage because in my opinion, you see it a lot in 5v5 gameplay, which I had a chance to play and see extensively. And believe it or not, the place that you see it the most, this might shock you, is if you play blacktop. If you get on blacktop and run a bit with that, just because it shows you really that one-on-one dynamic better than any of the other ones, and the control and the speed threshold is the same. Junior got a chance to be on 2K TV playing, doing a challenge where he had a chance to pick the player he wanted to pick. I won't spoil it, but if you see the matchup that was there and you see how one player is beating the other player, you really will see in great detail how the speed is different. But like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the next section.